Okay, so this is my Manchester City and Chelsea combined 11 ahead of what is a massive game in the top 4 race in the Premier League tomorrow. Starting off in goal, I've gone with Ederson. Now, this might be the first time I've done a combined 11 where the two choices for goalkeeper that I'm tossing and turning between are actually from the same club, Ortega and Ederson. I think you can flip a coin, to be honest. I'm just going to go with Ederson because he's been starting in recent matches. Then at right back, I've gone with Reece James. This one's really comfortable for him. I know he's barely played this season, but he's comfortably the best right back from both clubs when fully fit. And obviously, Manchester City, we do not have a right back really anymore. And Chelsea, I mean, Malagusto's out, so Reece James goes in. For my first centre-back, I've gone with Levi Colwill. I think he's been really good for Chelsea this season. Obviously, he had a few moments, in the Liverpool game where he made a couple of errors. But other than that, I think he's been really solid for Chelsea this season and has to go in for me. Then alongside him, I've gone with Nathan Ake. Now, I would have put Ruben Diaz in, but I do not know if he's even fit going into this game because he went off at halftime in the Champions League match in the midweek. So I'm going to say he's not fit for the game. So I've gone with Nathan Ake, who's probably our most consistent defender this season. In the left back, I've gone with Marc Cucurella. I mean, again, another really comfortable fullback selection for Chelsea. Manchester City, Gvardiol has been really off of it this season. And yeah, Cucurella's been pretty good for Chelsea, so he goes in. In the defensive midfield position, I've gone with Moises Caicedo, an absolute monster of a player in midfield. He has to go in my opinion. Obviously, Manchester City's midfield has been completely absent. But even if our players were playing at top level, Moises Caicedo would probably still get in this team. He's been unbelievable for Chelsea this season. And in the more advanced midfield positions, I've gone with Cole Palmer, obviously, first. I mean, just an unbelievable player. I still cannot believe we've actually let him go. But yeah, unbelievable. The amount of goals, assists that he gets, the overall quality of his play. What a player. And then obviously, alongside him, I've gone with Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, he is starting to hit back to those levels that we've seen him previously at. He wasn't great in the midweek in the Champions League, but against Ipswich in the last couple of Premier League matches before that, I thought he's been unreal. So yeah, he goes in for me. And off the right-hand side, I've gone with Phil Foden. He had quite a bad start to the season, if we're being honest. Obviously, he had a few injuries and just was not hitting the levels from last season. But in January so far, since the New Year's ticked over, he's looking like the player that we saw last season. And Madueke and Pedro Neto have not done it for me for Chelsea. So yeah, Phil Foden goes in for me. And off the left-hand side, I went with Savinho. Now, this was mainly because of fitness, because I'm not sure if Jeremy Doku was actually fit. In my opinion, Jeremy Doku's actually been really good for Manchester City whenever he's played this season, but I do not know if he's fit. And Savinho has been really good in the last few matches for Manchester City, so he goes on off the left-hand side. And then, of course, up front, Erling Haaland, unbelievable striker, just scores so many goals, ridiculous footballer, and I just do not understand some of the criticism he gets. But that is my combined 11 of Manchester City and Chelsea ahead of the game on this weekend. Let me know what you would change from mine combined 11, but I think I've done a pretty fair job here.